Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
Just to remind everybody that language usage and content that we provide here may be disturbing, disgusting, probably will be and should be. Words like bloody custard and words that rhyme with that may be featured. Actually will be featured. In fact, perhaps will only be featured. Just warning you. Yes, this show is brought to you by Wow Tables.
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
We're with Swati Shah, who's called her Routine Booty program. We'll learn all about that. You got to listen to this because it's all about the booty. Anybody can hula hoop is what she talks about because she's a hula hoop expert and a fitness expert, but there's much more to her. She's going to reveal all. Have a handkerchief nearby.
Cyrus Says we have other shows too. You should check them out.
Hi, I'm Amit Gulbaksani.
I'm Purva Mehra.
And I'm Pranoti Datta. And we're from a city website called The Daily Pow. And we have a new podcast called The Powcast. So you can listen to us on the Indus Vox SoundCloud page as well as iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn.
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
Okay, it's called Cyrus Says, and today I feel terrible. Well, I always feel terrible. I'm married, so that's normal. But I really feel terrible today because now I know what it's like to feel unwanted, unloved. When people look away and walk away from you, don't want to touch you or hold you or be next to you. I know what that feels like because I have a cough and cold now for the last 7 days. And everybody around me, people I know or strangers, just walk away. The man who's filming this actually on his phone, our producer, has moved 10 feet behind to do it, and he's holding his nose so he can't breathe while I talk. And he's also asking me to hurry it up. This is the kind of feeling that I think is destroying our country. When someone is sick, go and heal them. Go and hold them, touch them. Don't feel scared to touch someone with a cold. You can only get a cold from somebody else if you're feeling cold. It's called Cyrus Says, and as you know, I don't know anything about medicine.
Cyrus Says ad breaks are beneficial to your mental health.
This show is brought to you by Wow Tables. I spoke to Kunal and Deepa, the founders, about Wow Tables. Now tell us, what does it entail completely? How can we save money? We're Indians. We're not interested in anything else but how we can save money and enjoy a good meal.
So we've got curated dining experiences at some of the nicest restaurants in several cities in India now.
Okay.
And they're, well, apart from the fact that we guide you into what to order and what to not, we also help you save at least 30 to 50% on that.
What are you saying? 30 to 50% on a meal?
That's right.
I mean, count me in. I eat a lot. You better be careful. Don't want to break the
And
walk.
you get to have multiple courses.
Oh, so you can tell I eat a lot, huh? Deepa, that's very rude. It was not necessary. That was mean. Visit wowtables.com to book an experience and use the code Cyrus Says to get 500 rupees off on your first reservation. I repeat, 500 rupees off. That's 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus another 100. Yeah, that's right.
And that's what Cyrus Says.
And we're with a fantastic new entrant to our podcast. The first time we've ever had someone like this. Not a lady. We've had a few ladies before. But she's a professional fitness expert with a... Well, it's a little off left field or not exactly your typical cross-training regime. She's let me just read it all out. A dance and hula hoop instructor. Am I right? Swati, welcome to the show.
Hey Cyrus, thank you for having me on the show. Yes, I'm a fitness trainer and a hula hoop trainer and dancer.
Let's start by asking the most important question. What the hell is a hula hoop?
It's something
a lot
that
of people
goes...
out there will not know what it is because most of the people who listen to my show are unfit. We've checked, we've researched this. So they will not fit in hula hoop. So I need to just give them a broad outline.
Well, they don't need to really be that big to fit into a hoop. They can. The hoop just has to go around their waist.
Right. Can we have the hoop in two parts? So if you're really large, you can just open it and then get into it. And is that a possibility?
Yeah, there are collapsible hoops there. I mean,
Made
yes,
only for the third world, for people like us. Huh? Okay, no, let's start right at the beginning. Anybody can hula hoop is what you claim on websites and in public places where you scream and shout at people. And I'm starting by actually being stupid and telling you that we don't fit in them. But I just saw you, for people who listening to this podcast, actually Swati gave me a demonstration. This sounds very vulgar, but it's true. Just before the show started. And the way you did it, you put this round thing, this cylindrical, like, what do we call it? A hoop. A hoop. and you put it around your waist, and it went on for like 45 minutes. I died of boredom actually after some time because it was so easy for her. And then when I tried to do it, it lasted like 1 second. Now again, this sounds like something else. Ladies out there may identify with it, but
good
yes, I wasn't able to keep
good.
up.
It's all good.
No, but it's one of those things that looks easy, but is actually quite impossible.
It is not actually. That's exactly why I started this. So I've never hooped as a kid. And I picked it up when I was at a dance festival in Goa, when I just saw someone hoop and I was like, I have to be doing this. And what's stopping me? And all it took was just...
How old were you?
This is like over 3 years ago. So which is about 30...
Okay, no, I don't answer that. 30. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
Okay,
I just wanted to know if you were like an adult or a teenager.
Adult,
or what.
Of course.
Okay.
When I say over
so you just went for a party and you were having fun?
And I watched someone hoop and I just wanted to hoop.
You weren't doing any drugs or anything like that because that's really bad.
No, for sure not.
Oh, thank God. But in case you were, what would you be doing? No, don't answer that. Back to Goa.
I would be doing hula hoop. That's my drug now. So yeah.
Oh, who goes to Goa? I mean, we all have gone to Goa in our youth and still do sometimes, pretending to be young. But who goes to Goa and hula hoops?
Me.
Normally people ask for Fanny and Sunshine and... All right.
Okay, I'm going to leave one hoop behind for you. So next time you go to Goa, you have to carry it. Yeah.
I've decided.
So you know what it does to you.
I'm going to take 2 hoops and make myself a little bicycle. That's what I'm going to do.
I like your imagination already.
Because they're round, they're cylindrical, and they move.
See what the hoop does to you. It's really making you creative.
It's a ray of hoop for everybody, if you look at it. Okay, I'm interrupting you. Let's understand. You were in Goa.
So I was in Goa once, and for a dance festival over 3 years. No, I was at a salsa festival.
Okay.
And I watched someone hoop on the beach, and I just felt the urge to want to hoop. I'm like, why don't I hoop? And I went looking for a hoop and realized there's something like an adult hoop, which has to be, of a specific size so that it goes around your waist, because a kiddie hoop will not work for you.
Are you talking to me specifically looking at my rather large figure, or are you talking in general?
That's if you want to hoop on your hand.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. Okay. So there are different size hoops? I didn't know this.
Yeah, there are different size hoops. And it depends on your height, what you want to use. For adults, it has to reach your waist.
Can you hoop in every hoop? Can you do the same thing with all sizes? Or?
You can. Once you find your rhythm, you can hoop with just about any size, except for a kid's size,
What if you're a midget? What if you're only like 1 foot 7 inches? Can you then hoop with everything, or... Again, let me tell you, that's most of my audience. Unfit and horizontally challenged.
Okay, I think they'll have
Don't answer that, Swati. Don't answer. This is not an intelligent question. Why are you answering it? Don't answer it. Let's get back to the festival where you were learning. Were these foreigners who did this for the first?
Yeah, I saw some foreigner who was
it a male or a female?
A chick, yeah.
A chick. Wow, I like the way you say chick. If I say chick, my wife slaps me. There's no such thing as chick. So you're not a feminist from any angle, it looks like. I can get away with lots on this show. Well, let me tell you, chick. Chicana. Yeah. No, so she was doing this and you were mesmerized and you decided to do it. Okay, so let's understand, at that point you were doing what in your life?
Fashion retailer. I still run a store as well.
Okay. So you had no idea it would be such a big influence. This is like a cathartic moment. This doesn't happen to everybody.
I think it was something, So I picked up the hoop and I started hooping. And I started dancing with the hoop. And it almost felt like it came so naturally. And I felt the urge to share it with someone. It's so easy. So don't dismiss the idea that it's really tough and it's impossible.
The first time you picked it up,
I could hoop.
Let me again explain to people that people don't understand what hula hoop is.
Yeah.
So basically you take it and rotate it around your waist. This is the basic thing, am I right?
Yeah.
Please correct me. So you pull it around your waist, and if you're good at it, you can go on and on and on, and it's like a cardio exercise. And if you're not,
it works like a fitness routine, or it could, which I discovered, after I started doing workshops and teaching people.
I discovered it becomes like a third shoe, because it just keeps falling, and it's like I've got 3 things now near my feet. But having said that, so what you're saying is the first time you did it in Goa, you picked it up, you did it, and you were able to do it.
I was able to do it.
That's excellent.
So I just
you were born to it.
I just discovered my rhythm so instantly that if I felt the need to just share it with someone, and then I had a few friends who
you were telling us the technique before we started the podcast. So how did you know what to do? Like you explained, you move your reverse hand.
So the way I found my rhythm is the same way I started teaching people. So it's out of experience. I self-taught, and then I started sharing.
But don't they have an
everything that was
almanac, a
working for me.
hoopla almanac, which you're supposed to learn by memory or whatever? The 25 steps of hoopla and whatever like that?
I really don't go by the book, clearly.
No, so let me understand. You just basically picked it up and you were able to do it, or somebody told you the way you were telling us that now transfer your weight to the opposite side? And
Well, I did first pick it up on my own. Then I also did watch a lot of videos, and it had the same technique.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So basically, there's such thing as being a natural. Let's just understand that. But that doesn't mean if you're not a natural, you
Yeah.
can't do it.
Yeah.
Because,
No, for
you know,
sure. Yeah.
You can reach the same spot. As I told PT Usha when we were competing as athletes, and she was 800 meters champion, and for her it was so easy.
Wow.
And I told her, look, I'll reach there one day. I'm not natural. And I got onto a scooter and I beat her. And she doesn't speak to me, PT Usha. Doesn't speak to me.
She doesn't?
I'm the only one who can call her PT in public, and she doesn't mind. And that's because I don't have a Malayali accent, so she can't make out what I'm saying. I just go, PT, and she has no idea.
That's
But
too
why
cool.
are we discussing this, Swati? This is a show about hoopla.
I'm finding you really cool.
Yeah,
You can discuss
you're
whatever you
switching
like.
off. I'm like a bad hula hoop. Okay, before we come to serious injuries that this sport has,
Okay.
and believe me, many people have died doing hula hoop, so don't do this at home without Swati's expert help. I'm just saying that to increase your business. Don't worry.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not something bad against the whole industry.
Yeah, I was
Hoopla
just
shut
thinking
down by
about-
government.
No,
Drinking
actually-
and driving allowed.
No,
Hoopla
I would love
band.
to do a Hula Bharat campaign one day.
What the hell? We're about to do a cleanathon apparently all over the country.
Oh yeah?
One of
So
the
they should start
NDTV.
Hula Bharat campaign. I'll tell you more about it.
I think it's when you think about it, there's so many positives
Because
about
exactly,
because it's a one
which
thing.
I realized, like workshop after workshop, what it does to people, and it opens up your mind, your heart, your body, everything.
I wouldn't like to bring in the analogy of self-stimulation, but being a 40-plus Indian male, it comes to mind all the time that you're spending a lot of time by yourself. Now, in most sports, if you look out there, whether you want to play cricket or football, you need partners, you need equipment. Any sport, you need snooker. If you're rich, whatever, you need people, you need things.
Exactly.
This is probably the only thing which is
that you have,
which is close to, as I say,
like your dance
self-stimulation.
partner.
You don't
Like, so
need a
every time when I
dance
start
partner.
the hooping class, I tell them, imagine the hoop is your dance partner.
But what a
And,
thing,
you know,
dance partner.
Yeah, and therefore making a connection with the hoop is necessary. And then,
Is there any
start.
doubles
So,
in hooping? Do people
you
team
can
up?
try, but I haven't really tried
So,
that.
as in two people enter the hoop together?
Yeah, but then they
Oh,
have
God.
to match their rhythm.
This is so India-like. Now we have no space, so we two of us in a hoop. All over the world, it's like people have their own hoop and lots of space. Three people, the Sharmas together in the hoop. Come on, Bunty. Come on, keep going. But mommy, I'm doing my best. Oh, God, it's scary. All right, again, I interrupted you. Let's go back to the basics and understand this whole concept. You were at the beach, you picked it up, then you came back and you got this whole fashion side to you, which is your serious business. So when did this suddenly transform from being a hobby
So,
and a fun thing?
so basically I was filling up lover time on weekends.
Lover time.
Yeah, because I was just
Stop
going
the
through
podcast.
one
Now I'm very interested.
heartbreak after the other.
Oh, how sweet. Stop the hula. Our sponsors want this message. What exactly Swati? I'm listening. Tell me all. What do you mean lover time?
You really have stopped it?
No, not stop
Okay,
anything. But I know the gossipy mind of the Indian who's listening and the non-Indian. They're as bad. They just have better hair.
Yes, I was just having a hard time with
boys.
in my love life.
Can we name them
whatever.
and describe them? Point fingers at them and how bad they are now. I hope they're all doing badly.
So all I
hope
wanted
you
to
suck,
do-
all of you suck.
All I wanted to do was divert my mind, and I wanted to make something good out of it. So, when I had my first heartbreak, I started salsa dancing.
How sweet.
And
It's
then
like,
when I had
stop. Before we go to salsa, how many heartbreaks are there? For every heartbreak, we need a story. That's why. What kind of life
God,
is
oh
this?
shit, I'm too open.
You're the Dilip Kumar of our times. No, open is good. Podcast is about being open.
Okay, and
So-
then the second one, and no, not second one, I don't know what
So
I did.
every time you had a heartbreak, you had to learn a new skill.
I
God,
did
this is
that. Yeah,
scary.
it really helped me. Second time, I think I learned Spanish.
What are you saying, man? You must be grateful to these men. I mean, look at what you've accomplished.
No, because I had to divert my head because I knew as a person I was just
Normally what
a
happens is
lover girl.
when somebody leaves you and you're heartbroken, you forget Spanish. It's more like that. But it's fantastic that you're...
I started learning because I was obsessed with salsa
Speak to
dancing
me in
and I
Spanish a
really
little
wanted
bit.
to.
Can you talk to us in Spanish so we know it's true?
No, I just did one level, so it's
Hey, hombre.
very...
See, I can speak Spanish. Hey, hombre. Hey, hombre. Did you pick up anything I said? No. Okay. Uno. Something.
Dos, tres.
There. That's it.
Cuatro, cinco.
Not bad. Can you just say that I'm a hula hoop dancer in Spanish?
Yo soy bailarina de hula hoop.
Wow.
Maybe.
And Mithun would have answered
I'm
with,
not too
I am
sure
a disco
if it's
dancer.
Really?
Because we have our own culture of dance. It's a little different. Again, we digress. Very sweet.
Yeah.
So you were breaking up and then this pushing yourself. And this happens to a lot of people. There's no new ritual. A lot of people put their heart and soul into something else. To
And
kill that
it
terrible
just had
negativity.
it just had to happen. And I don't know what it was.
Who were
Maybe
these guys,
there was
Swati,
a
that they
weight.
had such a hold on you? Kaun the ye log?
Maybe it's just my mind.
I hope this was Hrithik Roshan and Shah Rukh Khan and nothing less that left you, because it doesn't sound like it was worth it otherwise. How great were these men that you were completely shattered and had to go and learn new forms of dance and art and this and that?
It wasn't. I'm just.
They were just a couple of ugly Indian men with skinny legs,
you know what?
and you
You're
let this
giving
happen.
them too much credit here.
I know.
Just stop. Yeah, it's not about them. It's
Listen,
about
I hate
how
men.
I channel my energy.
I'm a pseudo lesbian. I've come to the conclusion. I really am, and not in a funny way. I'm more comfortable with girls.
Look,
no
I'm
doubt.
still a lover. It doesn't stop.
Okay, stop it.
So,
you're giving my show a bad name. We have a family audience. What do you think? You started with hula hoop. Now you're a lover. Openly. I'm available on weekends, 9 to 5. What the hell is this? This is not that kind of show. There are no lovers on
after
the
the show, if I still don't get married.
You'll get married
I'm
very
gonna
quickly.
cancel your
I'm worried if
shows.
it doesn't work out. What's next? You start a new country. It'll get bigger and bigger.
Start a new country.
Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to hula hoop. Right. Now the part
Okay,
that I want to...
So honestly, let me complete.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So then I started hooping over the weekends, and I began enjoying it so much myself. Like it became like almost therapeutic to me.
In the house, right?
No, outside. Like I tied up with one studio first, just to gauge interest levels if people wanted to learn it and if they were able to pick it up.
Okay.
And they loved it. Like I did one workshop, then one workshop led to another. I still only hoop over the weekends. So
Right.
through the week, it's not like
So
I
are
have
you
a
already
hoop
teaching
class.
so quickly?
I've been teaching for a
No,
while
as
now.
in then, moment the breakup happened, sorry to bring it back to
No,
that.
it's not that the breakup happened. It's just that I was just going through, I was just feeling super let down with lots of things in my
Right,
life.
right.
And maybe love was one of them.
And the
on
hula hoop
top,
didn't let you
and
down.
I wanted to, and I just found the hoop which served like a dance partner, and it just.
I mean, what a
it
tragic-
sounds a bit
what a tragic
retarded
analogy.
right now. So please let me stop.
No, I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to think, if I was one of the men who let you down, you left them for a hula hoop. I mean, at the end of the day, what's that about?
Okay,
you know?
can we change this
Sorry,
topic? I'm
sorry.
feeling silly.
Oh, no. That's fine. This is therapeutic for you. Because now you're being open and you realize how unnecessarily overtly large you made that issue, because it means nothing perhaps now, or less and less as the days advance.
No, but it's not something I gave so much thought to. It's just that these things just kept happening, and it became like a way to channel my energy, and maybe I was supposed to do this.
Mel Brooks, the famous filmmaker, writer, actor, whatever, he came up with this idea that, making fun of the whole Jewish experience in Nazi Germany, some of the Jewish people said that's not right. You're being insensitive. And his whole point is making fun of Hitler just brings down the monster. Just sometimes it's fine. What you're doing is fine. I don't know why we're getting into this space, but I'm just thinking it's fine. It's dealt with. It's done. She's single.
Yeah.
Her name is Swati. And she can swing a hula hoop. That's just an aside.
God. Okay.
All right. Now
this better go back.
No, I want to understand. So you became a pupil and teacher happened too quickly. Now you see 36 Chambers of Shaolin, and we all base our experience on 36 Chambers of Shaolin if we grew up in the 80s. You have to go through each chamber to get better and better.
Yeah.
Then when you reach number 36, you're a teacher. So, but you seem to have just gone on a weekend to Goa, and by Wednesday broke up with a guy, and on Friday you're a teacher.
No, see, it's not like that. You're just making it all up.
I'm a liar.
Yeah, so stop it.
I'm sorry. I hold my head in shame. I'd hula hoop for you, but it'd be so embarrassing. You jump out of the window. Yeah. Right.
Okay,
So you went from pupil to teacher.
So no, it wasn't that quickly. I just taught over one weekend, and then the word started going around, and people wanted to learn it. And every time someone called me, they wanted to learn it. I started putting a group together and taught them. And workshop after workshop, it encouraged me and boosted my confidence so much.
But you've done no formal training at this point.
No, it's my own routine. So I'm also into fitness for a long time, and I created my own routine using the hoop for fitness, fun, and dance.
And how long?
And it's a 1.5 hour routine which I teach.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's super fun because I give people enough time to learn it and then learn the routine. So in that whole 1.5 hour, they learn a full beginner's routine, and all of them get it in one class.
You've never had a failure? Not a single person?
Listen, you did it for 2 minutes. I said 1.5 hour.
Yeah, actually, it looked like there was hope. The very fact, and let me just explain this, I think for a virgin hoop person, hoopy, when you do it correctly, for even 1 or 2 rotations, I think it's a great sense of achievement. if you haven't done it even
Yeah,
once
for
before.
sure. Yeah,
So
it is.
I think once you get to that, it's like a mental barrier. Once you do the second rotation and you know it's hung on your hip, you know you have a chance.
That's right.
So I think it's an important barrier to break. Now, here's my question to you. Is it a slightly feminine thing to do? Because growing up, you'd always think of hoopla, you know, Hawaiian dancers and females. Well, what happens to the masculinity of the whole issue? Do men feel threatened coming and doing hula hoop?
Yeah, in the beginning, yes. But then I did have some really sporty people who wanted to, sporty guys who wanted to really try it. And
what's a sporty guy?
Like someone who's sporting and who doesn't have these mindsets. Like
no, but those are athletic guys. I don't
mean they were fitness people.
Yeah.
But they were just like open-minded to learn new skills or learn new, you know. I had a 65-year-old man once walk into my class, and that was like, that really like, made me feel high, because I was like, wow, it's great that, and it really encouraged me and made me think in a different light.
Can he do it? Is he good?
Yeah, he could do it at the end of the class.
And did he continue?
Yeah, and that also, you know, inspired me, and I put his picture up, and I said, you know, one should get inspired by him also, because he's so open-minded. Because I just felt like after hooping, I started feeling so open and so able to express myself so openly. So I knew it would start doing the same thing to people, because I just started noticing like how people walk into my class. It created a lot of awareness for me that they were so closed in the beginning. All of them are like really shy. Nobody wants to try it. Everybody is like, you know, I've never done it. I'm really scared. I'm embarrassed. I don't want to make fun of myself. I'm like, don't worry. At the end of the class, you'll get it.
Let me tell you.
And at the end of the class, they all feel like heroes. They feel amazing.
But now that you brought up, let me tell you, if you think you're scared of public speaking or singing in public and things like that, and they tell you, imagine the audience is naked, blah, blah, blah. This is all rubbish. Because the audience is staring at you and very unhappy. Yeah. But in this, I was just thinking, when you asked me to do it, and we have only 3 people in the studio with us, all of whom we know. So it's not that embarrassing. I would think that for a male, a jock male who thinks, you know, that he's very masculine or whatever, he'd be really worried, A. B, having done it and failing at it is also quite embarrassing in a public spectacle. So I would warn people that they have to go and learn from you and be a little more confident, because it's not that easy to do, although it looks easy.
So if they want to get confident, they should come.
If you want to get confident, you should go.
Yeah, because this is really a confidence building exercise.
No, I'm sure it is. But can I ask you one thing? Yeah. Can we also ask the government bodies, like our bureaucrats, like, you know, the police and some of our officers, if they could also take up hula hoop?
You know, like I said, a Hula Bharat campaign would be amazing, because it sounds really childish or whatever it may sound. Like, obviously I couldn't tell lots of my friends. They would only ridicule me. So I just started a workshop without like even like talking to anyone about it. And one led to another, and then, you know, it just opened my mind. It made me so aware of people's habits, problems, everything.
But can a person lose weight while doing hula hooping?
You can, but that's not the only thing one should do. But it definitely does.
But the advantage is flexibility.
No, I have no flexibility. I don't do yoga.
I don't know. Yeah. So what is the advantage? What does one feel after you do the hula hoop thing? Fitness-wise, what do you feel? What happens?
You just feel a little open. You feel like you're able to achieve more. Like it's basically like a block that you've unblocked. Like, you know, the fear. Yeah. The fear. You've conquered one fear. So it's one fear at a time. You conquer and then become fearless. You've
gone out of your comfort zone. My only worry is, are you going in circles? Because that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Is that a fear? Okay, we've got to take a break because I'm going in circles.
Okay.
When we come back, lots more to talk about. Okay. She's a certified TRX trainer and salsa dancer. TRX I know a little bit about. So when we come back, Swati Shah will tell us more. But if you're looking for something more in your life, something therapeutic, something that will elevate your life, apparently this is the thing to do. It's called hula hoop, and she says anybody can
hula hoop.
There you go, and I will now do it in ghazal form. Anybody can hula hoop.
Cyrus says, stop picking your nose, listen to this ad. Made in India is India's first indie music podcast hosted by May Thomas. You can find it on indusvox.com or subscribe to it on your favorite podcasting app. And that's what Cyrus says.
Oh, we've already started. It's called Cyrus Says. I'm with Swati Shah. Swati, at this point, just laugh loudly for 10 seconds so they think I'm funny. I call it the hula hoop brand of humor. Use that as well. Okay, let's move a little bit away from hula hoops because you're also a certified TRX trainer and salsa dancer. You had mentioned salsa at the top.
Yeah.
And we have actually spoken to a salsa dancer at a podcast for 15 minutes.
Really?
Then he started dancing and just salsa away.
Oh,
right
wow.
in the middle.
Who was that?
I can't remember his name, but I do remember his feet. He had 10 toes and they were hairy. But certified TRX trainer, that's totally different. TRX is the
so
thing that we tie to the wall and pull our body weight
the
with, right?
suspension straps, which we use by Navy SEALs to work out
What a show
anywhere,
off.
everywhere.
Navy SEALs. Okay, go on.
Yeah, that's the
No, it's a very
TRX
practical
story. It's not my story.
Yeah.
So
It's the weight training you can do anywhere. You take it
and
anywhere.
it's amazing. So it's something basically all my whatever I'm teaching is basically my own practices. And I just made them into programs to teach others, whoever was interested, like it wasn't whoever felt interested to want to learn those
But in
programs.
Mumbai, it serves a dual purpose because as a TRX trainer, if I remember correctly, you have to put it against perhaps a knob of a door or, something strong like a wall, a nail on a wall or things like that. You need some strong structure to put your TRX on because then you're going to pull your body weight. So my thing is, it's a good test to see if the building is strong because we have these new buildings coming up and frankly speaking, I mean, they just happen in a jiffy and I'm worried about construction and the lack of, I don't know if today's builder cares enough.
Yeah.
So I think it's very good. We buy the TRX, test the building, boom, everybody's happy.
TRX test.
Yeah, there you go. But coming back to it, how do you get into TRX training? This is before hula hoop?
No, it was after. So like the hoop gave me the confidence to maybe train myself better, and I wanted to basically expand my own knowledge on TRX and learn it in a better way so that I can use it for myself, and there was no really plan to teach others, but every time people ask me, what do you do for fitness and can you teach us this program, and then I said, okay, whoever wanted to learn it, I started teaching them.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. There are a couple of very interesting points which I want to get into.
Sure.
One, of course, is what is the Booty program?
So that's again, like I said, they're all programs they're all exercises that I do for myself, and I started teaching others. So whoever wanted to...
How do we describe all this? Is cross training? What do we...
No, that's basically the what I do for my booty.
Yeah?
Is
okay, now that you mentioned it, I didn't want to get that familiar.
Exercises and floor Pilates. So I started that routine and I wanted to make it fun. And so basically I wanted to have fun and I created a group which wanted to have fun with me.
No, but I won't get into the whole mention here. So it's called a Booty program for those listening and are interested, and you leave with a Beyonce worthy behind. My point is, does a Beyonce worthy behind come with you, or is your behind a Beyonce worthy behind at the end of it?
I'm too confused.
Okay, now I'm a male. I come to your studio. I do the Booty program, and then you've guaranteed me a Beyonce worthy behind, which means there's a young girl who looks like Beyonce and has her assets, and I leave with her? Or do I get Beyonce's worthy behind, which may not work on my not so Latin figure?
You can come watch.
I'll just come watch, you're right. I'm just spoiling your party. Okay, and you also said you bring your own party music, your own. So just explain this whole thing to us. You go to a house and people get together. It's more like a party, is it?
I call it a party because I feel workouts should be more fun.
I like this
to
thinking.
Motivate people and to to get started. Like I don't believe in breaking yourself to work out and go crazy in the gym and all day pump machines and this and that. So my mantra, my own personal mantra, is to work out, have fun doing it, so that.
But I really like this thinking.
You can keep it consistent.
I think this will work very well. So what we're going to do is, you ask anybody who's interested to bring together 5-6 friends at a house, so all levels of comfort are very good there.
I mostly tie up with studios and I work with them.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
All right. And then you play party music. It's all fun and there's all a variety of things happening. It's not just one repetitive.
No, so they're all different programs at different timings.
Oh, okay.
And over the weekends. And it's all very flexible. It's not like something which is constantly ongoing. It's like a 10-session program or TRX will be like a 5-session program.
Okay.
Hula hooping is one workshop for beginners. Then if someone wants
So
to learn
do you
advanced,
still have
I
time
create
for your
more.
fashion thing because you're running?
Yeah, because the
3
store has been running for the last 7 years, and I have a partner and I have staff.
Right.
And I like being at the store every day, so I do go in
So
the
what is
day.
Swati Shah's workday like? It sounds incredibly like 42 hours in a day at the moment. I'm as your manager, I'm trying my best to fit things in. I mean, you got a TRX trainer class, salsa dancing,
So
hula hoop.
personally, I realized that if you want to keep your headspace really clear all the time and not be cluttered with any negativity that comes your way, you have to keep yourself very occupied and busy all the time.
You sound like my mother, but you're much younger. I got to tell you.
No, but this is out of my experience. I realized because every time I would be idle is when I would feel
what is
let
wrong with
down by
little-
people, or I would just feel let down, and it would just make me feel really
But what
bad.
are the old-fashioned forms of killing time, like I
Like
do, which is
what?
staring at a wall and scratching your head?
You can do that too.
I can do that for me. It's a form of exercise,
Yeah,
and I
so-
enjoy it.
Yeah, to each their own.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But for you, you need to be challenged by different forms, so I accept that.
So this is what I kept doing. So what I kept doing for myself is what I kept teaching people.
No, but can you tell us what a day is like, if you don't mind? So
What
you
my
get
day
up
is
in the
like.
morning.
So I wake up in the morning. I work out.
Just your own workout for yourself?
My own workout.
Which
I
is different
go
things.
to the gym. No, I just do TRX usually. I do it
Okay.
either for 15-20 minutes sometimes. It's not that intense or crazy or whatever.
Okay.
Because once your body finds that rhythm, and you can just
Stop.
You just have to maintain it.
Okay, so you basically get into a awake zone where your body is pumped and the blood is flowing.
Yeah.
I do the same thing in 3 minutes. I just wake up my wife. She screams. Before you know it, my blood is flowing, I run.
You're a lucky guy.
No, I'm telling you.
It's so easy for you.
There is so many different things out there, and I like
Be
your
grateful
thinking.
for your wife.
Okay, it's not like it came
You
from a
just said
shop,
I wasn't feminist,
know.
so you started.
Yeah. You're not feminist. Okay,
I
we'll
am.
come back to your personal situation a little later. I just want to understand your day, because you're a very interesting person with very different sort of things going on, unlike the mundane going to office and then playing baddie or working out or whatever.
Yeah, so I wanted to make it exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So I created my life around things that were making me happy. I literally sat down one day and penned down things that were really bringing me joy.
So what are they?
And things that were not.
Tell us some.
Which is, I found my calling or whatever you say through hooping. Like I felt like I love teaching over the weekends, and it really keeps me going for the rest of the week.
So spreading the hoop law, if I may use the phrase, as well as actually doing it yourself. Okay, so that's one.
Yeah, so I don't actually touch the hoop unless I have a class to teach,
Oh, so in
Bombay.
the week you...
Unless, no,
so
not
when
at all.
On a weekday you wake up, you go do your TRX workout and then you move on.
I do my little workout. I go to the store.
Okay.
If I have a class in between, like my other programs, the booty program and stuff.
Yeah.
I go to the studio. I teach that. That happens like twice a week if
Yeah.
that's on. And because I live far away as well, right, from my store. So
Where's your
the
store?
commute. The store's in Kemp's Corner.
Where?
Bezos. You've come to the store, Cyrus.
I know you, my friend Renu has a store called You. Is it anywhere there?
No.
Bezos. Okay.
We two partners who run it. Yeah.
Okay, done. I'll be there today evening with my hoop, waiting outside, waiting for instructions. Yes, ma'am. Kripaya dhyan dijiye, Swati will join you in 5 minutes. All right. No, so let's again understand the day. You do your workout, then you go to the store, you juggle that.
I
you
juggle
do
that.
it seriously. You're involved in that,
Yeah.
whether there's a partner or not. Then,
And then I... if I have a class, I go to the class.
in the middle of the
And
day, you do your salsa class or your
No,
other
not
booty
my
class.
salsa. Salsa is not something I teach. I just love dancing, so I
The booty program, which promises you a Beyonce worthy behind. Let me tell you, Mrs. Sharma, Mrs. Parekh, Mrs. Subramaniam, if you're listening, you will walk out of the class looking like Beyonce, which means you can leave your ugly husband and move on to better pastures. Because that's what it's all about. You're going to feel better about yourself at the end of the class and say, okay, I think I'm above this level. Thank you. No more marriage.
Wow,
oh God,
this interview
you're
is
going to
setting
free
too
so many
many
women.
benchmarks.
Swati, you're going to free so many women. They're going to start looking, more than looking, start believing in themselves. Come
Yeah.
back home and say, listen, look at your behind and look at mine. His behind can be seen from all over the country, for example. So, yeah. Maybe after all this, you will lead the feminist revival. God, and I'm responsible for it.
No, look,
encouraging you.
I like I said, I'm still a lover. So please don't start. with this
Everybody's a
whole
lover. The problem
new
is finding the other
angle.
lover. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
What are you saying?
That's a good one.
It's true. I'm Premchand. It's just in English. Back to booty program. No, I want to understand. I really like your day because I think you'll never get bored. See, look, a lot of people are
Now
structured.
you got it.
People don't understand what things we do sometimes because we're off tangent sort of work. But look, the fact that you wake up, you work
So
out.
I realized I was a cuckoo girl.
Yeah.
And I had to do
No,
these different
but
things.
see, it's never boring because in the middle you're training people in a class. In between, you're running a business which you're running, at full steam. And then what happens in the evening? You continue with classes.
No, I go back home. Then I'm tired. I just eat and sleep.
Oh, then some no exercise time. After all, you exercise all day.
Yeah, I'm quite an early sleeper and an early riser. So
no partying for you? How are you going to find these lovers?
Where I tried
you walk into the store one day, you think it's a Hindi film? This good-looking boy.
My life right now looks like a movie, so I think someone's going to drop
you're the eternal romantic, and you're waiting for this great cinematic moment with this lovely man.
You never know.
You drop your bag and he picks it up, and or he saves a puppy in the rain, or helps an old lady
Imagine
across
better,
the road.
yeah.
They're just about 5 cliches. I'm giving you all 5. Choose and decide, and then you go back and then you rest. You have your me time. And so, what kind of music do you listen to? What do you do once you recline and are done?
Once I'm reclined and done, I'm sleeping now.
Oh, early.
Yeah.
All right. This is for all the men out there who Swati Shah is a person who likes to wake up early but go to sleep by 9?
No, not that early also. Yeah, you make
9:15?
me sound like one sadhu, which I'm not.
Well, if you were in the Working Women's Hostel in Colaba, 9 o'clock is as much as they allow you. Let me tell you. I've been there
Thank
myself,
God,
waiting outside like one of those creeps. Nothing like working out. If you stay outside, let me tell you, people, if you're outside a woman's hostel in the night with nothing to do, nobody, the kind of looks you get, this is the creepiest you'll ever feel in your life. Sometimes you're just lost, or so, there are reasons which are not to do with the hostel.
This is the creepiest thing to do. Why would you do that?
Well, okay, I dated a girl who used to live there, that's one. And 2, sometimes there was a bar nearby that we used to go to, we used to park the car there. But all the women passing, especially the older ones, looked at us like we were really dirty, evil, lecherous, terrible predators. When all we were doing is going to a cheap bar, because it's really cheap. But anyway, now those days are gone. Come back to you. Swati Shah, what are your future plans? You look like a person who keeps wanting to find new things, right? So maybe, somewhere down the line, some other art form?
I'm hoping it just comes naturally to me because that's my style. Mm-hmm. Whatever comes naturally. And
are you bored of hooping?
I'm not bored of hooping for sure.
You haven't lost
but it's
hoop
something
yet.
I do over the weekend. I would like to grow the community because I know it brings happiness.
Hopefully,
and
you'll
most
still be
people
doing this.
seek that. Sorry?
She's not entertaining me at all.
What? Hopefully?
I'm just doing really bad puns. I'm just trying to think of more. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're messing up all my good lines.
No, am I? Yeah. Pun is the lowest form of humor. You know why. Future, as you were saying, so plans to expand.
I would hope the hoop community keeps growing and people keep believing in it because I know it really brings people joy. Mm-hmm. And so that is one from the hoop angle.
Okay, let's go back before we wrap up. Let's go back to the hoop community in India. You've got, what does this mean? You've got 1,000 hoopers under the brand name Hoopnotism.
So Hoopnotism is the brand name I chose for my
your movement.
You call it a movement, the hoop movement.
Well, 1,000 people is like a cult.
Yeah, so I was called to teach at different cities as well. So I've taught in various places.
You get 2,000 hoopers, you'll get your own national holiday.
Yeah, promise?
Yeah, your birthday will be a national holiday. 2,000 people gives you like a market. Trust me, in India at the moment. Yep.
Promise? Okay, this year that's a goal.
There you go.
Just give it to me.
2,000, already 1,000 strong. Is it a growing thing?
It is growing, yeah. It is growing, yeah.
And I wanted to ask you this, is it good for children?
Of course, it's fantastic. So I have had lots of parents who've come with the kids, like really tiny ones who are pros at it.
Or really small husbands who one show. Sorry.
Who do so well, and the parents keep forcing them, like they have to go on India's Got Talent, teach them more, teach
terrible.
them more.
Why
so
do
I tell
them,
so I told them, let them just look and watch and stay in this environment and just create
Yucks will. So they come
steps.
to you and say, I want to put the child on India's
Some have gone on it and maybe not cleared the second round or whatever, so they want them to learn more basically,
sad.
because they know they have the talent and they want them to enhance. So but I tell them that let them just create things on their own because that's how it works.
Right.
That's how it worked for me. So whatever works for me is what I teach.
I hate those parents who come and show you, look how talented my kid is, look what he can do. And then the child comes and, opens his pant and shuts it twice in 2 seconds and it's like, great. Why do they do that? Why do parents do that to their children? It's just so wrong.
Well, they're all programmed like that.
So do you get people who put pressure on themselves and come and tell you they have deadlines, they need to be fit by such and such a time and this and that, I'm getting married in a month and whatever?
There are some, but then there's no pressure on me because they don't put that pressure on themselves.
Mm-hmm. All right. So it's called a Booty program. It's a combination of bodyweight exercises and floor Pilates. which is how the North Indians pronounce plates. Bring your Pilates, keep it here, and those are vegetarian Pilates on that side, non-vegetarian Pilates on this side. I'm just trying. Look, we are culturally a very challenged people. We need to have different ways of looking at everything. It's a completely different art form. Swati, of course, is a very eclectic human being who doesn't listen to anybody else and dances to her own beat for sure. She's a fitness expert and she tries different sorts of fitness brands herself to advance in life. And she says anybody can hula hoop. Now, 5 points quickly before we wrap up as to why hula hoop is really a fitness or a way of life that will make people happier.
Okay, 5 points?
Yes.
One is it opens up your back, mind and heart.
And your mind is located in your back, especially if you're from India. I'm told that we have evidence to show that the mind is actually somewhere in the lower back. God, but listen, back is a huge issue for a lot of people. So,
okay, and second, it starts toning your ab muscles.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
It
starts giving you rhythm.
Does everybody who does hula hoop, sorry to interrupt, do they have really fit stomachs?
Not all. Look, now again, it depends on how much you use the hoop, how dedicated you are, and how many other things you do. You know, hoop is not the only thing that's going to give you six packs or anything like that. So it's just something that makes you feel amazing. It's a feel-good workout.
Swati, sorry, who's the best hula hoopster in the world? Is there like a best? Is there a competition?
Yeah, there are tons of good hoopers. So my style is just, I mean, everybody has their own style. That's the best part.
But is there like a body that organizes the Hoop Olympics and people from all over the world, in the finals, the Czech Republic?
Like I said, everyone does it
Austria.
for a different reason. Some people do it to compete, so they have lots of stunts, and some people do it in circus. There are some who...
Why did she look at me when she said circus? That's so unnecessary. I don't know why.
Cyrus Circus.
I'm just kidding.
You should call it Cyrus Circus.
No, let's get back to it. So there's a proper...
Change the topic.
No, please call it circus. So there's a proper sort of chain of events that are worldwide practiced with the hula hoop. People go and take part in competitions or no?
People do, yeah, I'm sure. I haven't really researched that, but I've obviously come across hoopers who are competing, hoopers who are doing for different reasons. So I have created something which I did on my own. And
so let's start our own competition. No? We can call it the Brocha Swati competition and charge people entry money, and like the Mumbai Marathon can become a big success.
Yeah, this competition thing I hate.
Yeah, you seem to.
Yeah.
You don't have my drive to destroy other people and be mean and evil. You don't have the pettiness. One day it'll happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now you're spiritually very satisfied. I can see the difference. It's terrible. Do you drive?
I do. I love
How come
driving.
you don't feel the pain? If you drive in Mumbai, you should be cynical, angry, negative.
Because I've been driving so much, I've just, I've zoned out.
I've discovered
like
male
if I have music, I can just drive endlessly.
I have PMS, 42 days a month now. I'm always upset. And I'm so negative, I can't tell you. If there's a green light, I'm sure it'll become red by the time I reach there.
I'm going to gift you my hoop.
What are you doing with my hoop in the red light?
It will stop making you negative.
But I drive and then I feel pain again.
I'm telling you, it will change your world. Just try it.
The urbanization of the world is killing all of us. Trust me, it's just too painful. But as we end, thank you so much, Swati, for being here on our show. Cyrus says
so quick.
We could talk more, but you don't want to tell me about your love life. This is what I wanted to get into. If you'd like to open a window there for a couple of minutes.
You want to have a sequel, Swati sequel.
Yeah, we have a snacks named after you. We might as well go for the sequel. Yeah. So, now that you mentioned it, anybody in your love life?
Not yet.
What? Since the time you started hula hooping 15 years ago, there's no one?
It's getting tougher.
What the hell? You're spending too much time with hoops.
No, only weekends la.
But only weekends la, and 5 days you're doing TRX, climbing walls and selling clothes.
I'm not doing any of those things.
I can't believe. So there's nobody in your life? Well, you're young and successful and you've got so many interesting points.
Okay, can we change this topic?
But I'm a little disappointed. Men out there, please buck up, man. This is very disgusting. I'm sure that there's a huge market. You've not explored it properly. I think you need to stop spending time in your room hula hooping on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. Start going out more. Be out there more. Alright? I'll conduct classes for socialization next week onwards. For now, we've learned from you and we've learned well.
Bravo.
Just one last thing, you said you lose up to 200 calories. Is this a correct thing?
Yes, yeah.
So, in just less than half an hour?
No, when you hoop for about 20-30 minutes, not in powerful AC rooms or whatever, but like outdoor or wherever you start, it breaks,
it can break down up 200 calories. Well, I think that's a sizable amount for a short time.
You start sweating and, so it starts...
I think it's a great idea. Honestly, I wish the whole country was running through hoops as we speak, and the traffic was a little lighter because of that, since everybody had their own hoop and nobody was in a car. But unfortunately, that won't happen yet. But it's called the Booty Program, which can shape your body, and especially if you're a young lady who wants to look good, or an old lady who wants to look like a young lady, or a man who wants to look like a young lady, whatever. The Booty Program is there for you. Go out there, follow Swati Shah, and maybe one day...
Oh, so you...
Sorry?
No,
maybe one day
so,
we'll have your level of fitness, or close to it.
Yeah. So all my activities are under one brand called Boho Fitness Club, which is fitness anywhere, everywhere.
Okay.
And it's
so what's the
promoting
website
mobile
called?
fitness.
Let's say properly.
It's bohofitnessclub.com.
bohofitnessclub.com. If you're hard of hearing, come closer.
And there are lots of tricks in there.
Fitness.
All the tricks are on there.
And there are lots of tricks in there. And P.S. NB, as we end the show, remember, she's young, she's successful, she's pretty, she's dynamic, and she's looking for a man who can match up to her expectations.
Can you stop
and that's not happened
this
as
became
far
like a
as
Swati Swayamvar.
Let me tell you, Swati, Indian men will always disappoint. I've been studying them for 10 years. Just not up to the mark. Have you tried Nepal? We got AMA. Stay where you are.
Cyrus says, ask me anything. If you want Cyrus to answer your questions on air, send an email to whatcyrussays@gmail.com. If you send us a link to a sound file on SoundCloud, we'll even play you asking the question in your own voice. And that's what Cyrus says.
All right, we have the AMAs. Swati Shah's in the house. She's a fitness expert. She's a fashion expert. And she's a person who does her own thing in life, in which case she's perfect for our podcast because it's all about individuality and people express themselves in different ways. With me is the most individualistic man in India, Amit Doshi, who, like me, hates everybody and everything. Sir,
that is true.
You are a secular fabric of our country. Go on.
I am, okay. No, so actually, you know what, Swati, this is a good question for you to answer as well, being the fitness expert. And New Year's, so the question is from Briefless Attorney on Twitter.
Don't react.
And his question is, what is the best way to stick to a New Year resolution? Given that you're into fitness and you know all that fitness
stuff. And 80% of them have to do with fitness. Let's face it.
That's what everybody's New Year's resolution is, right?
Yeah.
Fitness or less alcohol. I mean, that's it.
No, but that's also fitness in a sense.
So what's the way to stick to it?
Yeah.
That's true. But it is fitness.
I think...
Because there's a big hoopla, to use a phrase, and push your brand a little further, about, January 1st, I'll start this whole thing, and then it fades.
Yeah, so just join Boho Fitness Club.
There you go.
It's very easy. Just join the website. All the tricks are in there.
So basically, what Swati's trying to say is that you need someone to hold your hand and guide you through this period of trying to do something new.
Yeah. So basically, you need someone to motivate you. That's what one needs.
There is no answer, though. There is no answer. And that is what I do in the urinal. Aim low. If you aim low with your expectation for 2016 or what you want to do for yourself, resolution-wise,
chances are you'll hit that.
Yeah. For example, I gave up smoking primarily because I never did smoke. So if you aim low, you can't go wrong. Lesson learned.
Okay. All right. I guess that works. The second question we have is from Ashay Dalvi. How do you choose your guests? Some of the guests have been really interesting lately, like Sachin Kalbag. I would like you to ask Pranav Dhannavade to make 1,000 runs.
He's too small. I mean, small. He's a 14-year-old boy, 15-year-old boy.
What do you think of that, the 1,000 runs?
See, can I be cynical again because I'm a negative person? Swati may have a different spin on this. If you're aware about this so-called 1,000-run effort.
Right.
It's like 3 runs a ball.
Right.
The boundary thing was brought into 30-35 yards.
Okay.
The class that played opposite him were 2 years younger because the main class, the 9th standards, had to go for an exam. No, just look at all the negative thing. They're making a mockery of the game after a point. So I think we should just put it all in. And now you put pressure on him.
How?
You start felicitating him. You give him all kinds of things. He's not Gavaskar. He's not Tendulkar. He's a young kid who did well. You should just pat him on the back and keep going.
Yeah, but I mean, the Tendulkar and Vinod Kambli thing, right? Which
that 664 was against it was against Anjuman Islam, a crack team. If you ever played school cricket.
I know that that school played against my school, Tendulkar school, and I mean, they whipped us. I mean, our school had no business.
So Sharasham was always a good school, and Palm Beach and Green Lawns had no chance against them, or Cathedral or Campion or any of these South Bombay schools. But having said that, I'm just saying, put it all in perspective. The guy has done decently well, but cricket is a game of variables, like life, and you got to put it all into perspective and see what he's really done. And secondly, if you make him, you build him up to be the next Bradman or whatever, and in 2 years he goes nowhere we have another drug addict on our hands.
Yeah, but
and then Swati will have to save him with the bloody hoop. I mean, 1,000 runs the other day, and now he's got a hula hoop in the middle of the building locality.
That always happens with children prodigies in sport.
Yeah,
right?
but that fault is not his. That fault is ours.
Yeah,
We are felicitating him and blowing it out of proportion.
It is. But I mean, is it out of proportion?
I think so.
1,000 runs, man.
I think so. I studied this whole thing and I came to the conclusion it's ridiculous that he can make 3 runs a ball.
It's
in any form of
cricket.
It is competitive cricket. But when my daughter Maya bowls to me, she's 8 years old, I have made 84 runs in 12 deliveries. It has happened. I'm just telling you. And Swati can give us an analogy from the hoop world. If Beyonce was to, hoop with you inside the hoop at the same time, it would be very similar to the experience of the 1,000 runs.
Yeah, 1,000 runs. All right.
Bit of a tight squeeze though. Beyonce, me, you. Welcome to India. We're in South Mumbai. Park your car elsewhere.
You're actually so positive.
I am.
Yeah, you're thinking.
When it comes to my social life, Beyonce, she'll probably think I'm another guy to carry the bags. Yes.
That's all we got, sir.
That's all we got. Swati, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and now the customer 100 rupee fee and we're done.
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
All views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily the views and opinions of the IndusVox Media Network or any of our show advertisers or sponsors. No animals were harmed in the making of this podcast, obviously.
All right, if you've listened to this show called Cyrus Says and you want your money back, let me tell you, that can't be done right now. But we can make you feel better if you listen to Made in India. That's M-A-E-D, Made in India, with May. There's no D in May. Although, maybe one day. Check it out on ivmpodcast.com.